One moment has made him a world champion.
What an incredible upset.
Stunning does not begin to describe what we are seeing right now. ...2015, an unforgettable year both in and out of this Bellator cage. It is great to see you, and Happy New Year. I'm Sean Grande, this is Jimmy Smith. We're going to try in the next hour to cram all the memorable moments of 2015 into 1 hour. I mean, not an easy task. What stands out to you?
Big performances in big fights. Dynamite, Josh Thomson, and Phil Davis both came over and put their respective divisions on notice. That's huge.
How about Liam McGeary putting the MMA world on notice of the British invasion? He wins the world title, then on that huge stage at Dynamite, defends it against the icon Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, we thought he was a knockout machine. Turns out he has ground skills. He's going to need them in 2016.
Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock, it was just an amazing year. So many memorable moments. The biggest year in Bellator MMA history, easily. And our team here at Spike, they had the tough job. They had to compile the top 10 moments from 2015.
Yeah, right out of the gate, our number 10 moment comes from Bellator 140 when two welterweights put the division on notice on the very same night.
The man MMA is buzzing about, Michael Venom Page.
You wish to touch gloves, do so now. Step back.
And the dancing begins immediately.
Man, that's the speed of MVP.
He can strike from so far away. Oh, huge left, and it's over. And the Express MVP train is rolling even faster down the track.
Plenty of dancing energy left for MVP.
When Connecticut's favorite son, Brennan Ward, walks into this building, the roof comes up.
He is huge for 170.
Brennan Ward, you know, is going to come out strong. Carroll hasn't been hit this hard by a lot of guys.
Even when he blocks the shot, it sends him backward. That's how powerful Brennan Ward is. Oh, that's it.
Good night. Brennan Ward stayed poised, stayed patient, and delivered the knockout.
This crowd, they love Brennan Ward. They are on their feet.
Another first-round knockout.
Fast, accurate. His opponent never saw it coming.
The legend grows with one more monster shot. Two sensational young welterweights, two huge knockouts in one night, both of which ended up on SportsCenter. For Brennan Ward and Michael Venom Page, Jimmy, both finished 2015 strong with a knockout win. Now, as we turn the calendar to 2016, who's it going to be a bigger year for?
Yeah, it's a question of styles. Brennan Ward more well-rounded with the wrestling background and the striking, but no one has figured out Michael Venom Page.
Those two on a collision course, that's another question to file away. Now, 2015 also, Bellator MMA brought a new level of showmanship with the inaugural Dynamite in San Jose.
Mixed martial arts side-by-side with kickboxing for the first time in the United States. A one-night, four-man light heavyweight tournament, a title fight between a legend and one of MMA's most exciting young guns. And not just that, the return of the greatest heavyweight in MMA history.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last Emperor,
Boom goes Dynamite. The last Emperor has returned.
A man who needs no introduction, but will get one. The last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor fighting in the main event. New Year's Eve in Japan. All you've accomplished. Why are you coming back to mixed martial arts?
I am a fighter, and I am ready. I will see you New Year's Eve on Spike TV.
You heard it, New Year's Eve in Tokyo, be broadcast on Spike. Give it up for the last Emperor, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that was a Bellator MMA moment. Jimmy, why is the return of Fedor Emelianenko such a big deal? Why was it so emotional to see him walk down that ramp?
For two reasons. What he's done, wiped out the best fighters in the history of mixed martial arts, and what he brings, speed, athleticism, and finishing ability. As a fan myself, I can't wait to call his first fight back right here on Spike.
We are closing in on that, and much more to come on the return of Fedor Emelianenko later in the show. But when we return, we got a whole lot more Bellator MMA's top moments of 2015.
Oh my God! Another Another spectacular comeback. I do not believe it.
Michael Chandler is back.
Pure dominance.
Welcome back. Sean Grande, Jimmy Smith, counting down the very best moments of Bellator MMA in 2015, so many of which came on an unforgettable night in St. Louis in June. Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock, Patricio Pitbull in that gauntlet of a title defense against Daniel Weichel. But for Michael Chandler, Jimmy, that night, it was huge.
Yeah, it was huge for two reasons. In front of his hometown crowd, you have a lot of support, but you also have a ton of pressure. Everyone there screaming your name. Also, he had lost 3 fights in a row against the best of the best, but took a ton of punishment in those 3 fights. A lot of people thought the old Michael Chandler, the dominant Michael Chandler, was a thing of the past.
The pressure building up. It brings us to moment number 8. Michael Chandler comes home.
He hails from High Ridge, Missouri, introducing Iron Michael Chandler. Big right hand from Chandler.
Campos cannot see these punches coming. Chandler showing the speed advantage.
Short left hand by Chandler. That was quick. Campos firing back. Oh, big right hand by Chandler. Big hammer fist. Rights, lefts. Chandler looking to finish early in round 1.
And Campos is in big trouble. He is still rocked, and Chandler not letting him off the hook.
Jackhammer elbows and forearms, and Campos explodes back to his feet.
It wouldn't surprise me if Campos went for the takedown now. He's getting outboxed cleanly by Michael Chandler.
Big belly-to-back suplex for the takedown.
Dumped him right on his head.
Looking for the rear naked choke. Both hooks in for Chandler. Good defensive turn to his hip by Campos. More right hands from Chandler.
This fight turning into a wipeout for Michael Chandler. And he's got the rear naked.
That is tight. That is deep under the chin. And there's the tap. Michael Chandler is back.
This looks like the Michael Chandler who ripped the belt away from Eddie Alvarez. Pure dominance on the feet and on the ground.
Missouri is the greatest place in the entire world. My heart and soul is here. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for coming out. Give me whoever. I want that belt back. Will Brooks. That belt's got my name on it wherever you are.
Big win for Michael Chandler, and he continued that momentum in November back in St. Louis with the second-round knockout of David Rickles. Now, we go from the former lightweight champion to what is now the former featherweight champion, Patricio Pitbull, because in 2015, everyone wanted to fight Patricio Pitbull. Georgie Karahanyan, Syed Awad, Will Brooks. Basically, Jimmy, if you had a Twitter account in 2015, you wanted a piece of Patricio.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama, even spilled over outside of the Twitter sphere into the hotel. Tension on the weigh-ins, tension every day, every time you're on Pitbull and his camp, but incredibly mentally focused when it came time to defend his belt.
Which he did in June against Daniel Weichel in an epic comeback, moment number 7.
It's a high-risk, high-reward fight taking on Pitbull. First place, you get the belt. Last place, you get a broken rib sandwich. This guy hits extremely hard. I think pound for pound, he's one of the hardest punchers in all of MMA. Knockout power in both hands.
Good
nice right hand.
Weichel opening up his striking. That's another big shot. Is that the end of the fight or the end of the round?
Oh, it's the end of the round.
Weichel thought he won, and now he's being told he did not win. That is the end of round 1.
Well, Pitbull right now does not know where he is. Almost finished by Daniel Weichel at the end of the first round. Pitbull did not have his legs under him at the start of this round. He's got to take time to clear his head.
Absolutely.
But Weichel trying to make the most of it, landing with, oh my God!
Rounded counter, and a come from behind win for Patricio Pitbull. He retains the world title.
Another spectacular comeback for Pitbull, this time on the feet. I am stunned. I do not believe it. Everything going Daniel Weichel's way. Pitbull turns off his legs with one shot. Man, this entire crowd is on its feet right now, as they should be. I don't believe it.
The best of Bellator MMA 2015. The countdown continues next. his debut.
This whole fight was a highlight.
Welcome back to our countdown of Bellator MMA's top moments of 2015. Now, you guys know the drill. In every countdown, there are moments that almost make the cut, but for whatever reason, they don't make it into that actual top 10. Our honorable mentions in 2015, Jimmy, I'll tell you what, this is one of the first things I learned about MMA, the verbal submissions.
That's right. We saw it in Marloes Coenen versus the champion Joe Warren. They had fought before. Marloes Coenen on the wrong side of a controversial decision. This time, the belt on the line. Warren coming in as the confident champion. But Marloes Coenen using his jiu-jitsu this time, getting the knee bar submission. Joe Warren screaming, that is a tap. He was upset at the end of the fight, but he knows the rule. What makes it more poignant is that Galvão promised his mother on her deathbed he would be a world champion, a very emotional moment for everyone there.
And there was some redemption, though, for Joe Warren. Later in 2015, his win over L.C. Davis, putting him back in the mix in the bantamweight division. Well, 2015, we saw some big names make their debut in Bellator MMA, and at the top of that list may have been Phil Davis. It's hard for someone to live up to the hype at Dynamite in the light heavyweight tournament. Phil Davis, Jimmy, he lived up to the hype.
You know, another thing that's hard to do, win a tournament. So many variables. And in Dynamite, you had so many hard hitters like King Mo. You had submission specialists like Linton Vassell, an experienced former champion in Emanuel Newton. He needed a perfect night that night.
Moment number 6 in our countdown, the Bellator debut of Phil Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, from San Diego,
The problem here is it can take a while to figure out Emanuel Newton. No one's looked good against him. Phil Davis with 2 rounds doesn't have time to do that.
Phil Davis has never been stopped. 4-time All-American national champion. Considered by many the favorite in this tournament.
Nice job getting back to his feet, but Phil Davis not letting him off the hook. There it is. Crushing top control, long arms, which makes it easy to hunt for submissions like this. Man, he's going hard for that Kimura.
He's in huge trouble, and it's over. A visceral, efficient, and dominant Bellator debut for Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis.
Bellator MMA now moves to the 4-man one-night light heavyweight tournament championship.
Real twist. King Mo and Linton Vassell both unable to compete, so Francis Carmona, the alternate, got the shot against Phil Davis. Phil Davis was the favorite going into this tournament. You can only imagine now.
Oh my God!
Huge left! Jason Darzon giving the extra time, but it was never in doubt.
Wow! Phil Davis, a dominant performance on the ground in the first round and a dominant performance on the feet in the second round. This guy is dangerous everywhere.
Be ready, baby, I'm coming.
And with that, a star was born. Phil Davis in the light heavyweight division, the #1 contender. Now, sometimes the best moments are the ones that are the least expected. When L.C. Davis and Hideo Tokoro got inside the Bellator cage back in the spring, no one was really sure what to expect. But the last thing anyone thought was coming was a Fight of the Year candidate. It is moment number 5 in our countdown.
L.C. Davis making his way towards the Bellator cage. Hideo Tokoro, his Bellator debut. Round number 1, and a flying start from Hideo Tokoro. Big right hand by L.C. Davis.
Nice takedown. That is Japanese MMA. That's Tokoro style.
Dropped and dropped again. Fast and furious. Round number 1. Final seconds.
Cut him off with the over. Fake this and then come up with the over, okay? But you got to step up.
Oh, good right hand. That hurt him.
Tokoro in trouble. Tokoro now looking for the leg lock. Defensively to offense.
Going for the sweep, inverted heel hook.
Both fighters back to their feet.
Another good right hand over the top by L.C. Davis.
Outstanding through 10 minutes.
And beautiful stuff from both fighters.
Round 3 is upon us.
Oh, good right hand by Tokoro.
Davis desperately trying to defend. Tokoro going for the finish, trying to extend the arm. Davis yanks his arm free, then eats the up kick.
Oh, great head kick.
Going hard for the Kimura, Hideo Tokoro, the finish. Davis pops keeps his left arm free.
And this crowd is on its feet as they should be. He's in great position to finish this.
Final seconds now. He is holding the guillotine position. Full crack from Davis, the bell. The end of a fantastic fight.
This whole fight was a highlight. It's the kind of fight I love seeing.
The winner by split decision, LC Davis.
A truly classic fight between Hideo Tokoro and LC Davis. Perhaps the only thing more memorable, Jimmy, the post-fight interview.
Yeah, this is one of the few times I have offered to not do an interview. He had no bottom teeth, but he said, I've been waiting all night to talk to you. Couldn't wait to dedicate the fight to his fallen brothers.
Unforgettable moment, great memory, much more to come on the best of 2015 Bellator MMA. It could not have ended any other way. We continue our countdown to the best Bellator moments of 2015. Sean Grande and Jimmy Smith. In June, in St. Louis, it was Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock. Jimmy, everybody had an opinion about it. Guess what? Everybody was watching, too.
Yeah, that's right. The highest numbers in Bellator history. The reason, the bad blood leading up to the fight. What that fight showed is you have to leave those emotions out of the cage to have a successful performance.
Years in the making, Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock, moment number 4.
Listen here, right? Ain't nothing you can do that's gonna faze me.
For a couple days, buddy.
Can you keep on talking, man? Cameras don't stop, baby.
Get hair
What
stop,
you wanna
that's
do?
it. Get hair stop. Show me what you got.
Scott Trade Center is jam-packed and thick with anticipation. Ken Shamrock versus Kimbo Slice in our main event. Level change, the single leg and hit by Shamrock. Now taking the back, both hooks in. Looking for the rear naked choke. That is tight. That is very tight. Shamrock looking to finish.
I think he's got it.
Yeah. McCarthy taking a really close look.
Kimbo's not tapping, though. He is still fighting. How long can Ken hold it? And Kimbo's out.
Slice back to his feet and unloading with the right hand. It was all Ken Shamrock, now all Kimbo Slice. Drop Shamrock and the count for behind win in the Bellator cage for Kimbo Slice. I have people.
After all the animosity, all the talk back and forth, what does that handshake and hug mean to you, man?
Respect. You know, you come into a fight and you get beat, you got to show respect, guy that beat you.
Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock in June. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about it, Jimmy. You guys know who you are. But you know what? Everybody was watching, that much we know, and it was a fun fight while it lasted.
Yeah, the reason, the name value, leading into the fight, the bad blood, everything surrounding the fight. But once it was in the cage, the physical disparity was evident. Remember, Ken Shamrock didn't get over the light heavyweight limit. They had to make it a catch weight fight. Did everything he could with the rear naked choke, but didn't have the gas, didn't have the technique to finish, and he was a sitting duck after he got back up. The right-handed Kimbo Slice still has power behind it.
Ken Shamrock and Kimbo Slice both headed back into the Bellator cage in Houston in February of 2016. Now, we said there are going to be a couple of moments that didn't quite make the cut. This was a special one for a lot of us. Back in August in California, Justin Wren, once upon a time, was one of the most promising heavyweight prospects in all of MMA. But his life took a dramatic turn. And in 2015, we were honored to tell the story of his return to the Bellator cage.
5 years ago, I was a professional athlete. I fought on The Ultimate Fighter, and I was in the UFC. Looking at me from the outside, you probably would have thought I had it all. In reality, I felt like I had this hole basically in my soul, and I would use any drug I could find to fill that void. And then at my lowest point, I say God loved the hell out of me. He found me in the pit I was in and showed me the way out of it. That's when I gave up the American dream and I gave up being a professional athlete. I met my second family here in the Congo, the Mabuti Pygmies. They call themselves the Forgotten People. All Pygmies are denied their basic human rights. They're victims of hatred. I know this because of Andy Bo, a 1.5-year-old little boy that was denied hospital treatment. The doctor said, "We won't waste our medicine on a pygmy animal. It's cheaper to just let him die than try to take care of him." I saw the blood come out of his ears, and I buried him. I dug his grave, and that will change you. That was the moment that gripped my heart, the moment that I knew that this is my fight too. This is the reason why I came back to the States and why I fight for Bellator. There's so much more at stake now. Every cent I make from my win bonus is going to land, water, and food initiatives for my tribe. And that's why I can't lose. Because before, I was fighting for myself, but now I'm fighting for something bigger than myself. I'm fighting for my family.
Wren went on to win a very competitive fight with Josh Burns.
The big pygmy laying him in. He is closing in.
And after the fight, he had a message for his second family.
Well, if I could say something to him real quick. Jiniyango haiko muzungu. Jiniyango efeosa mabuti mangbo. Amagu. And so basically what I'm saying is I'm here because I love you, and you and me, we're brothers, and amagu is we are one. We are not different.
When we return, the top 3 moments from Bellator MMA. You're watching the best of Bellator 2015 on Spike. We have reached the closing moments of 2015, and we very nearly reached the end of our countdown of Bellator's top moments. Jimmy, any way you slice it, this year was a monster one for Liam McGeary.
Yeah, he's a monster light heavyweight. Everyone talks about his height, his range, his size, but he's so athletic. A great striker with outstanding submission skills. He has it all.
An undefeated challenger in February at the British Invasion, he faced Emanuel Newton for the light heavyweight world title.
Emanuel Newton, the confident champion, taking on the challenger at British Invasion. Liam McGeary undefeated, but the story of this fight would be the ground game of Liam McGeary, working for submissions throughout this fight. Had Emanuel Newton in trouble in the opening round with triangles and arm bars. The champ doing everything he can to escape the submission attempts, but every round he was in trouble from the challenger. You see here the long legs, the unorthodox attacks, the scrambling ability of the giant 205-pounder was the story of the fight. And there you have it, the new champion of the stacked light heavyweight division, Liam McGeary.
God, man, that dude is a slippery motherfucker, man. I couldn't, I'm sure I had his arm creak. Man, he's tough. He's a very tough dude.
Undefeated challenger to undefeated light heavyweight world champion. But he didn't have time to rest on that, because waiting in the wings was the icon, the people's champion, the legend, Tito Ortiz, who wanted one final chance to become a world champion.
And a guy who was notoriously difficult to submit and finish.
And yet, at the inaugural Dynamite in September in San Jose, the second half of our number 3 moment in our Bellator countdown, the inevitable confrontation, the light heavyweight world title collision between Liam McGeary and Tito Ortiz.
The time has come for the Dynamite main event of the evening.
If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Best of luck to both of you.
So the first takedown, and he's stuffed by Liam McGeary, who grabs a guillotine.
Arm in guillotine. His hands are not locked. Try and trap the hand and feed it to his right hand. This will be bad news for Liam McGeary, and he's got it. Oh, good left hand.
Strong left hand.
This was the question for Liam McGeary with the ground and pound. Are you going to do something, or are you going to just lay there and bleed? Throwing up his legs, trying to get submissions going. He likes the inverted triangle, a lot of unorthodox submissions. Also looking for the arm.
See Tito's right arm?
He might have it, and he doesn't.
Tito knew he had to get out of there quickly in that
first second from the escape of the submission is the most dangerous when you're on the bottom.
Now inverted triangle. Got it! It's over! It's over!
McGeary has done it!
Everything going Tito Ortiz's way. A mental mistake. And Liam McGeary finishes the legend on the ground. Look at the inverted triangle. A handful of guys in the world have the build and the jiu-jitsu to pull off this move, and he got it.
Liam McGeary was undefeated. He had the title. Now Liam McGeary is a champion.
Tonight, the young champion didn't wait for the torch to be passed to him by Tito Ortiz. He simply took it. But that was 2015. In 2016, no rest for McGeary, because up next, the #1 contender for that light heavyweight world title is Phil Davis, coming off the tournament win. Jimmy, I can't wait for this one.
Yeah, and the reason is Liam McGeary told us for the Tito Ortiz fight, I've worked so much on my takedown defense. My wrestling is right where it needs to be. He's not taken down in about 30 seconds. He needs to improve on that because Phil Davis, younger, more athletic than Tito Ortiz, and I think a better submission game.
You're going to need to do a little bit more if you think you're going to stop me from getting that belt. I'll do whatever it takes.
And our #2 moment in 2015 is basically, well, a knockout train. 3 men, 3 fights, 3 devastating knockouts. But to tell this story properly, Jimmy, we actually have to go back to late in 2014.
That's right, Melvin Manoff versus Joe Schilling. Kickboxing in MMA gloves. Melvin Manoff, a knockout machine, can finish you with either hand. To beat him, you have to have serious kickboxing and not be afraid to throw leather. Fortunately, Joe Schilling wasn't. Schilling weathered the storm. We're going to see round #2. A lot of people didn't expect this, Sean.
Scorecard, Jimmy.
10-9 Melvin Manoff. Thought he really had Schilling hurt in that first round. 19-0 power strikes landed in round 1. A wipeout for Melvin Manoff, but here comes Joe Schilling. Eats another left hand. Oh my God!
A one-punch knockout win for Joe Schilling.
What did we say about Melvin Manoff? He leaves himself vulnerable to the counter shot. That's exactly what happened. Joe Schilling was not intimidated, even though he got hurt in that first round. He stayed mentally in the fight, and that's what happens when you do that. And Manoff is still out.
Joe Schilling making his imprint on MMA. Now, flash forward to June. He thought he was going to add to that highlight reel. Didn't exactly work out that way.
Yeah, Hisaki Kato brazenly predicted that he would put Schilling on his knockout reel. That's exactly what happened.
Kato almost dismissively called Schilling a big glove fighter. He said, I'm a small glove fighter.
Oh!
And that is it! With the small gloves!
That is a famous knockout for sure against the world-class kickboxer. This crowd appreciates it. A beautiful shot by Kato. This beautiful leaping left hand, a Superman punch. You don't see that in kickboxing. That's what he meant by I'm a small glove fighter. I'm an MMA fighter. MMA fighters throw punches like that sometimes. Right over the top. He's out before he hits the canvas.
Now, Joe Schilling, you're on my highlight.
So now, all we needed was to have the knockout train come full circle. So you had Hisaki Kato against Melvin Manoff.
Both of these fighters have said they want the kind of fight that has everyone standing at the end. Almost everyone.
Walking forward, but careful, staying on the outside, keeping the range he wants. Nice left hook.
See just how wide Kato is for 185. Leads with the left kick. Trying to put pressure. Manoff, that uppercut almost got through.
Those right hands, he's hitting him over the top. Now Kato comes back. And now learned that Kato can take a shot because those were big. Nice right hand. Good left. Accurate shots from Kato.
And for the first time, Manoff scrambling, covering up. One uppercut got through. Manoff knows he has to get out of there, and he quickly turns it.
They said they would stand and trade. They meant it.
As pulled by Melvin Manoff, and it's over.
Man! Just when Manoff looked wobbly, he throws a left hook right on the button.
It could not have ended any other way.
We knew someone was getting knocked out tonight.
Now when the knockout train finally came to a stop, everybody was talking about it and tweeting and Snapchatting. Those fights, some of the many reasons why Bellator MMA had its very best year in 2015. But we have one final piece of business, Jimmy, before we turn the calendar.
That's right, Rizin Fighting Federation in Tokyo, New Year's Eve. Aoki versus Sakuraba. King Mo in a Grand Prix. AJ Matthews fighting at 185. And the return of the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. It's going to be a great night in Tokyo.
And we go from the last Emperor to the last moment on our countdown. You're watching the very best of Bellator MMA. This is Sean Grande. We are counting down the moments of 2015 in Bellator MMA. Before we can get to Breakfast with Fedor, we have to bring you the #1 moment of the year. But before we do that, let's take a look at how we got here. Number 10, welterweights Michael Page and Brennan Ward put the division on notice in July with 2 brutal knockouts. Oh, huge left, and it's over.
Oh, that's it.
Good night. Number 9. Bellator history in San Jose with the inaugural Dynamite.
Give it up for the last Emperor, ladies and gentlemen.
At number 8, after a brutal 3-fight losing streak, Michael Chandler sent a message that he's still a force to be reckoned with.
This looks like the Michael Chandler who ripped the belt away from Eddie Alvarez.
Number 7, Patricio Pitbull walked a fine line, scoring a come-from-behind, unforgettable knockout win over Daniel Weichel.
Oh my God! Another spectacular comeback for Pitbull.
From there, we go back to Dynamite and the 4-man, one-night light heavyweight tournament where Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis made his Bellator debut in devastating style.
Oh my God! It's over! Phil Davis, a dominant performance.
Number 5, maybe the fight of the year, LC Davis and Hideo Tokoro in one of the most intense back-and-forth battles ever seen inside the Bellator cage.
This whole fight was a highlight. It's the kind of fight I love seeing.
Number 4, 2.5 million people tuned in to watch Kimbo Slice finish the legendary Ken Shamrock.
And the count for behind win in the Bellator cage.
Number 3 is Liam McGeary, the man who made history not once, but twice in 2015. He became the first Brit to win a major world title in MMA in February, and then finished a living legend, Tito Ortiz.
Got it!
It's over! It's over! Liam McGeary has done it! Our number 2 moment, the knockout train. 3 men, 3 fights, 3 devastating knockouts.
I cannot believe what I just saw.
It could not have ended any other way. And so we have arrived at the #1 Bellator moment in 2015. And Jimmy, you know it had to involve Patricio Pitbull, the featherweight world champion. His first meeting years earlier with Daniel Straus wasn't that eventful. We didn't expect a classic when they met for the second time early this year. We got one.
Everything that made Patricio Pitbull great was on display. Intensity, power punching, and the ability to stay focused and come back in a tough fight.
The first half of our top Bellator moment in 2015, Pitbull Straus 2.
Here we go with round number 1. Good counter left by Straus.
Straus all over Pitbull. I think Pitbull's a little taken aback by the speed and aggression of Daniel Straus. This is not the kind of fight Pitbull was expecting. He needs to mentally adjust to this new Daniel Straus.
Good left hand. Pitbull's rock. Straus pounces. Round number 4 and into the championship rounds we go. Big right hand from Pitbull to answer back. Pitbull now looking for the level change. And he takes down Straus.
Minute left in a round he was losing.
Looking for the Kimura, has the figure 4.
You won't get it without guard. You put yourself in trouble like this.
Pitbull now looking to finish with a rear naked choke. This is tight.
I can't see how deep it is from here.
14 seconds, 13 remaining in the round. He got it! There is the tap! And the successful title defense for Patricio Pitbull.
Man, Straus was doing everything right throughout that entire fight, but made the tactical mistake of giving up his back, and it cost him. Pitbull's still the champion.
A moment that absolutely defined the heart of a champion for Patricio Pitbull. But Jimmy, it left us just wanting one more time.
And let's not forget a heartbreaker for Daniel Straus. He was doing everything right for 4 rounds, showing versatility, power, aggression. He had the champion on his heels. He acted like he was the one, the bully coming in with the belt.
Daniel Straus had demons to exercise. He would get one final chance to become a world champion head-to-head with Patricio Pitbull. It's the second half of our #1 Bellator moment in 2015.
Patricio Pitbull says Daniel Straus would be the best featherweight in Bellator if he wasn't here, but I am here.
Oh my God! Left hand! Daniel Straus going for the finish. Pounding on Patricio Pitbull. This might be it. Can he survive? Over! Patricio Pitbull's never been finished, and look how he's trying to escape. Daniel Straus drops him on his head. The ground and pound continues.
Pitbull trying so hard to stay in this fight. Pitbull's back to his feet.
Straus another left.
How is he still standing?
How many heavy shots can Pitbull take and keep coming forward?
Listen, you gotta fight winners so you can be a champion. You gotta fight smart.
Put your hands together as we go to the 5th and final round.
Does he have another miracle comeback left in him?
He is going for the back. Is Daniel Straus going to give him the back again?
I do not believe what I am seeing.
Is it possible it could happen again? Is it possible that Patricio Pitbull has another miracle comeback in him?
This would not be, in my mind, a comeback. This would be an epic collapse for Daniel Straus if he lost this fight. And he is out. And there is no quit in Patricio Pitbull. He is still fighting this crowd now, rising to its feet.
And Daniel Straus, to his credit, is staying right in front of Pitbull. The desperate world champion with the title slipping from his grasp.
They are throwing to the bell, nice left hook, but it's over.
A spectacular finish for Daniel Straus. The 3rd time is the charm. And now the new featherweight world champion, Daniel Straus.
And adding to the drama of that night, finding out later that Daniel Straus broke his hand in the 1st round. Who knows? Maybe we'll see those two in the cage for the 4th time. So much ahead in 2016, including Bellator MMA and Jimmy Smith going global.
That's right. Tel Aviv, London, and Milan next year. Also, who is going to make space in that Bellator cage? So many young, hungry challengers who want their own highlight in 2016.
We're going to go global in 2016, but it's going to go global right now, because coming up next, it's Breakfast with Fedor and the debut of Rising. For Jimmy Smith, I'm Sean Grandy. This has been the best of Bellator in 2015. Happy New Year.